Where does darkness come from? What's the origin of darkness? The physicists among us might say, that's sort of a silly question. Darkness is the natural state of things, and then light comes to fill the void. You have darkness as nature, and then stars and points of light fill in the darkness that was already there. Jewish tradition actually teaches the opposite. If we think about the blessings we say in the morning, we say, Yotzer Or Uvorei Choshech. God formed light. Forming it meaning it was already there. It was just formed and shaped, uborei choshech, and created darkness. There was no darkness, and God made darkness. If we think back to the beginning of Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and darkness was on the face of the waters. It seems like darkness is a creative act. Maybe originally it was all light. It was all God. And God had to step in and make darkness. Darkness has creative purpose. This week's Parsha, Parshat Bo, contains the plague of darkness. And there's a fascinating discussion in the Midrash about where the darkness from this plague came from. There's a machloket. Some say it was the choshech shel Gehenim. It was the darkness of hell. It was like a very evil and horrible darkness. But there's another opinion that says it was the choshech shel Mala. It was the upper, the holy darkness, the darkness of the heavenly realms, the darkness of God. The darkness of God, the holy darkness. So we have this idea in Judaism that darkness has a purpose, that darkness is actually a creation which serves some kind of holy function. Now that can be hard to feel. When we're stuck in darkness, when we're feeling dark, when it's dark outside, how can this be purposeful? How can this be good? That's a very legitimate response to darkness. But there's also an aspect of darkness which is creative and generative. You think of the darkness of the womb. You think of the darkness of pausing, in a quiet time at night and the creative thoughts that can come into our consciousnesses at those times. Darkness can be a generative force. It's sometimes very scary. It's not always pleasant, and there is just an evil darkness. Let's not kid ourselves. There is darkness of Gehenna. There's definitely a dangerous, deep, dark darkness we want to avoid. But at the same time, perhaps this is a time to recognize there also is darkness of creativity, darkness of renewal, darkness of generation, darkness of God. And we're still in a dark time. It's still dark outside. It's still winter. There's still a lot of darkness around COVID and the uncertainty and loss and pain. That darkness is really real. And some of it is the darkness of Gehenna. But I want to invite us to maybe see if we can perceive the choshech shel Mala, the darkness of the heavenly realms in the midst of the darkness that we're in now. Perhaps in the midst of all this, there is some birth, there is some renewal, there is some life, there is some choshech al pnei hatahom, there is some new things which are coming to be, new energies, new lives, new revelations, new renewals which are coming out amongst this darkness. Let it be so, and let this be a Shabbat of choshech shel Mala, of holy darkness, of lots of great sleep, or we still can enjoy these early Shabbatot of rest, and preparing for the renewal and the redemptions which are yet to come. Shabbat Shalom.